Max Drukatz was born in Włocławek, Poland as Max Drukatz to his parents Mendel Isaac Drukatz, age 36, and Rivka Poznanska, age 35. He was orphaned soon later as an infant. Max was allegedly born on December 15, 1894. However, this is impossible because his parents were dead by then. Even 1896 is impossible because his parents were dead by then. When his parents died, they orphaned their 5 children: Sora, 15, Shmuel, 12, Maria, 8, Boruk, 7, and Melech, an infant. Growing up, the Drukatz children most likely lived with their father's sister, Sura Rosenholz, and her husband and son, or their father's half-brother, Volek Jakubczak, and his wife, and ultimately his 8 children. As time went on, each Drukatz child, along with the Rosenholz family and the Jakubczaks, all went their separate ways, staying in Poland or immigrating elsewhere. The oldest child, Sura, married, had a daughter, and left Włocławek for Argentina around 1899. In Buenos Aires, she had 1 son. The next child, Shmuel, also married, had a son, and left for Manhattan around 1906. In New York City, he had another son. He was the first to change the surname to Drukatz. The next child, Maria, also married and had a son in Poland, and then met her husband in Manhattan in 1908. She went on to have 2 daughters and 2 more sons. Boruk was sent into the Russian army in 1909, but incredibly, he ran away to Kutno, a city in Poland, in 1910. He later immigrated to Paris, France, married, and had 2 sons. He, presumably his wife, one of his sons, his daughter-in-law, and his grandson all survived the Holocaust. His older son, Marcel, died en route to the Auschwitz concentration camp in 1943. Max was the last to immigrate, leaving in 1913, also from Manhattan, to live with his sister Maria, who had become Mary Scheinvar while he was in Poland. Later on, Max moved to Nyack, New York, and married Margaret Beyer in 1927. He divorced her 2 years later. Max worked at the Chelsea Hook and Ladder Company, a volunteer fire department, for nearly 19 years, starting in 1922 up until his death in 1941. He was a tailor with his own business and was known as Max the Tailor around Nyack, with his shop located for a while at 112 Main Street, and later on it was next door at 114 Main Street. He was listed as the only dyer and cleaner in Nyack in the 1921 New York City directories. On his World War I draft card, he was listed as being employed by Harry Rosenberg, also working as a tailor. At that time, he was living at 193 Main Street. World War II draft card for Alfred Hiller listed Max as his employer, when in reality, they were colleagues in the Chelsea Hook and Ladder Company. Max died on April 4th, 1941. He was technically the second Drukatz sibling to die, including the 2-year-old son, Benjamin, who died in 1885. He is buried here at the Temple Israel Memorial Park Cemetery in Blauvelt, New York.